Okay, we're good. Welcome everybody to Conversations with 1Million Meditators. I'm here today with Ben Lokos, all the way down from New York City. Welcome. It is such an honor to have you here today.
Thank you, Tara.
I'm just going to introduce Benny to you guys. He is a Reiki Master instructor with more than 25 years experience. He's also certified as a hypnotherapist, NLP Practitioner, and has a graduate degree in clinical psychology from New York University. Benny also practices the heart math lock-in technique, as well as versed in sound healing, EFT, and energy psychology. So this is going to be so much fun. I'm excited to have you here today. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Tara.
So can I ask you, as we get started here, what inspired you to join the movement of 1Million Meditators?
Well, actually, I was one of the original ambassadors that spoke with Anita Morrow from the beginning, from inception. And I had always believed in the Maharishi effect. And so what that is the less than the square root of the square root of 1% of a city population can affect if there's heart coherence, which I'll get into also a little later. But so I was big into learning about heart coherence, and so that could affect the whole city. And so basically what Anita Morrow is doing is, by having 1 million meditators by a certain year, we can affect the whole world, the whole planet. And for the purpose of planet Earth, and I like calling it Gaia. Anita Morrow likes saying the planet Earth, but whether it's the planet Earth or Gaia, I mean, she's like a living being, and so she feels us and all the energy we're sending. So in essence, that's why I joined the movement, because I really believe in that movement, and I think it's great what Anita Morrow did here, having ambassadors from all over the world.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and I'm really enjoying that we are doing this series now, just to have the opportunity for people to get to know the ambassadors a little bit more on a personal level, and what you guys offer and what you do. I've experienced your Merkaba meditation. I would love for you to tell everybody a little bit about the inspiration or where it came from, because it is a very, very powerful and beautiful meditation. And it's on once a week right here on the 1Million Meditators page.
Yeah, it's Sunday at 12:30, exactly, in New York time, Eastern Standard Time. So that's when we have it. And before I actually go into explaining it, what was your experience of participating, if you remember? I know it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, well, I've done a couple of them with you now, some where I've been in and out,
right.
But
that's right.
But yeah, no, it's well, as a healing meditation, we were working on some stuff, so I definitely experienced the ripple effect afterwards, and just the energy was really, really, really incredible, connecting with everybody. Yeah, it's really, really powerful. It's hard to explain the experience, because coming out of it afterwards, you just feel fabulous. You feel really, really good and connected with the other individuals that are doing the meditation as well. So my experience was great. I'm recommending everybody to try it. Go try it out.
So specifically, it was a download for me. And actually, I know Anita Morrow and a few other ambassadors had studied with Dr. Joe Dispenza. And so he had, through the work of Dr. Joe, I got introduced to the work of the Heart Math Institute. And the reason I'm mentioning it is, about 3 years ago, I had 2 downloads. One was this thing called the Heart Mudra, which looks like this. And then when I was doing beta testing for the Heart Math Institute on a weekend, the woman in charge was actually showing this Heart Mudra. So that was a way of locking in the energy inside the body when you start meditation. So that's what I always start with when we do the Merkaba mudra. And so the Merkaba mudra is something I've been fascinated about for probably I would say the last 10 years or so. And so for me, that was another download, this Merkaba mudra. But to keep it simple, and for the viewers that may not be familiar with it, it's the Merkaba is a field that surrounds the body. It's an energy field that everyone has, that's surrounding everyone's body, everyone, everything. The planet has it. So planet Earth has it, and all the stars has it. And a lot of physicists talk about it, like Nazim Hariam talks about it. And so basically, it's two star tetrahedrons that spin in opposite direction, representing male and female energy. And when it spins in the opposite direction, it creates polarity. And then when it pulls across, what happens is you actually have to be in your heart center first before you can actually do this. And so that's why we do the heart mudra first, because what happens is it's actually taking you to a beautiful place. It's actually called the rainbow body. If you successfully complete that, the actual complete Merkaba. So it's a field, and there are a lot of people that have studied with a guy named Dervalo that had this 19. I had actually followed his YouTube video. It's like 19 steps, and that didn't work for me. And then I received a download one day, and somehow it was this to do it like this. And real sure, what I discovered is not only did it helped me synchronize my own two star tetrahedrons, the male and female energy, like I was telling you about, but also I noticed that it also affected other people, that I was able to help them synchronize and activate other people's Merkabas. And what that means is it's an amazing thing, because if it gets fully activated, and I'm still working on that myself, for you would be an ascending master. So only very few people in the entire civilization became ascending masters. Mother Teresa, Jesus, and so that's a big order. So I think it was something where Jesus appeared before Francis Assisi in his Merkaba, or his light body. So that's something you could watch on Gaia's, that Gaia TV station. But to get back to what this is about, is that it's very powerful for healing, and that you can put in your, in the mudra, you can code information. So what we've been doing every Sunday is that originally started off on Saturdays, is healing circles for both the earth and for people that wanted to be whole and complete, and be healed in some way by the energy that we're manifesting. So the concept is to, in this Merkaba mudra, and you may want to try it again now, is put it that way. It's very, what people have said is, and I found it myself, is it's if you have other thoughts going on in your head, it really gets you centered really fast, and it gets you into your, really right down into connected with your soul in a way. And it's so thoughts go to none, and it helps eliminate thoughts. It helps you heal yourself. It helps you connect with other people. But first, you have to be in your heart center, and that's why we do the heart mudra first. So I know it's a long-winded answer for how I got into it, but that's basically how it happened, and it was kind of a miracle in a way. I mean, it was first I had felt my top down triangle going counterclockwise, and that happened to me one day where I felt very relaxed and calm, and I just felt the motion. I'm like, what is this? So I Googled, I looked it up, and I researched, and that's what it was. It was the Merkaba. And so then I had gone to a Dr. Joe advanced workshop in Cancun, and the energy down there in Mexico is very strong. So apparently what happened is I was with my roommate, and he was eating like Caesar salad and grounding, I guess. And he was about 8 or 10 feet away from me, and he felt my field moving. And, I'm not going to mention his name. I'm going to keep it confidential. But he said, what are you doing, Benny? I feel you moving all the way over here. So so that's when it kind of started. And that's when I was doing this too, by the way. And I said, oh, wow, this is syncing. So that was able to get the opposite field going. And so from then on, we kind of experimented, my friend and I, and lo and behold, his was activated, and then from there, worked on basically 50 people or so that I've helped activate their Merkabas. And a lot of people, um, it's kind of almost like a vestigial organ kind of thing, where it's everyone has the ability, but it's like it's an ancient science that goes back to Egypt and way back. So it's fascinating, really.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, because one of the things that I love about using mudras is, just that ability to, I find it really increases your ability to just focus and get into different deeper states of consciousness. And so now that you mentioned that, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. It really did help with like elimination of thoughts and just being able to dip down into a deeper space. And what I found also really, really fabulous about it, you kind of were bringing this up a little bit with heart coherence and connecting with others, which kind of leads into like our global meditation that we have coming up here, is just how powerful it is. And maybe you can speak to this a little bit more because you've done this for so many more years than I have, but just the power of when we have a group of people together collectively with the same intention and doing the same type of meditation and raising vibration collectively. What's your experience with that, working with people collectively and like more like global meditation type of things?
I think the dog barking is helping answer it. It's a positive experience, and it's a very it's something. I'm really glad you asked that question, actually, for a lot of reasons. One with 1Million meditators, I noticed right away when we were sending energy to Earth. Like I also, and I think it's more than just the Reiki experience. Is like even now I feel the vibration from Earth, coming up through my feet. And so it's a very strong, the last few days have been really strong. And normally people will notice around a full moon, they'll notice something's different or they'll feel more energy. And so when we were in the Merkaba group that we're doing on Sundays now, we've noticed that people feel tingling in their hands. They feel the electricity, because we're very electric beings, passing from each of us. And I think we had like 14 people every time we were doing it. And my original goal was to have 8 people, something with the infinity symbol. And but we, it greatly exceeded my expectations. Not just the number of people, but what we're actually able to do. Because originally I was just my kind of my dream was to be from 3 years ago was to do it for Gaia, for Earth. And then people said, well, why don't we help this person heal or this person? And so, and even the founder, Nina Mara, has a story that I know that she may be sharing. So a lot of people said that they, a few people mentioned, that again, keeping it confidential, that there was one person's aunt that was noticed an immediate boost in energy. Another person had more vigor. Another person, there was a guy that we helped last week that noticed a noticeable change. So it's there's something with the placebo effect, and there's something with our body's capable of healing ourselves. And so we're just a channel of energy for people, and that I have a lot of experience with, just being a channel. And so everyone who's doing the Merkaba is in that field, and we noticed the energy got stronger and stronger with each week. And it was kind of, in fact, one gentleman, the gentleman from the Canary Islands, the ambassador, he was so tapped in, his hands were moving, and so he's a very strong, feedback going on. And so a lot of people mentioned that they felt the connection. Our hearts were all connected energetically, and how we're connected with Gaia, and we were sending, the energy directly to Earth, and they saw a golden energy above and below the Earth. So I think a woman named Luba said that. And so a lot of people said very similar accounts And so with the group energy, in answer that question, I've noticed, yes, if especially when we're all coherent like that, then the energy is magnificent. I mean, that we're all heart coherent, and then we're able to send that energy, and it's like a wave, and that's, Anita Morrow's beautiful tagline, a tsunami wave across the planet. And that's what's happening, and the other tagline is, I love myself and I love the planet. So that's for 1 Million Meditators. And it's true, like, if we all have the same intention, we love ourselves, we love the planet, which we do, then it's really powerful, to have the same intention and the same belief.
Yeah. And for those of you that are watching, we do have our global meditation coming up December 26th and 27th. And you can head on over to 1millionmeditators.com and you can sign up and you will be on the list and you'll get all the information. I know Benny will be sharing meditations during that time. All the ambassadors will be, and we'll be holding space for 48 hours with the meditations going. So I think it'll be a really, really beautiful experience. And it's going to create a lot of amazing energy to ripple out onto Gaia, Mother Earth, and to everyone. So
Yes.
Yeah, stay tuned for more information about that. Benny, can you tell us a little bit about the Advanced Healing Center,
Sure.
and a little bit more about where people can find you and how they can access your services and what you have to offer if they want to get to know you on a more personal level?
Yeah, thank you. So for the refocus there, we have Advanced Healing Center has been around for a while. So we've been around for over 10 years, and I was going to put if I may, did it show up there?
Yeah.
That's our logo. So that's what it looks like. So you would find that, I'm going to put it back to your 1 Million Meditators. So Advanced Healing Center is right here on Facebook. We have a presence, and there's a bunch of different testimonials where people can read about different experiences about what we do. But basically, it's I created my own healing technique called the SHARN Technique. So it's called sound healing, hypnotherapy, aromatherapy, which actually I have going on now. I've got some aromatherapy going, Reiki, and then NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. So I kind of combine them all together. This is before the Merkaba Mudra healing technique. So, basically, depending on what a person needs, we can help them with a variety of anxiety, phobias, really anything. And recently helping cancer and helping a person learn to heal himself. And so in the other group we have called the Art of Self-Healing. A lot of the streams that I have here are going to be, see, your dog is barking at all the right times. So the Art of Self-Healing is when we stream the Merkaba Mudra, when we do that group, it's going to also stream to the Art of Self-Healing. So that's a closed group, and if anyone wanted to join that group, they would just go answer, a few questions, and why they're interested in healing, or from their own perspective, and is it for themselves or someone, or someone else. And so what we found is that a lot of people, like yourself, and actually a lot of the ambassadors too, I think all the ambassadors, really like helping people, and besides just the planet, and that helping other people heal. And so that's basically also that group, consciousness that everyone talks about at this time, with what's going on in the world. And so the Art of Self-Healing came out of Advanced Healing. So the concept is to try to get all the different types of healing in one place, and to be an adjunct to regular medicine. And so when people are having difficulty with, treating cancer, and they're going through difficulty, and they need something extra, or it's not working for them, or they want a holistic approach in addition to the regular medical approach, then we offer that. And so we've had a lot of success for that. with helping people heal themselves. And so in conclusion, we're going to be offering a 6-week program in the art of self-healing coming up shortly. So I wanted to mention that as well.
Yeah, and we can post the links in the comments below where people could go to find out more information if that's something that resonates with them. And one of the things that I love that you do, Benny, and I know you mentioned, in your bio, is incorporating sound into the practice. That's something that I love to do. I find it just elevates the experience. And there's so many different sound waves that we connect with on a vibrational level that, I'm sure a lot of people can experience. You put on some cheerful music, how it, elevates your vibration and can cheer you up. But I find it to be a really, really powerful thing using in the meditations as well. And I know you do in that Merkaba one.
Right.
Yeah, and it was one of the things that you talked about and incorporating. So I don't know if maybe you have a little bit you want to add to your experience with using sound frequencies and waves in meditations. But I think it's just a fun little piece to talk about sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, thank you. So there's something called binaural beats, and there's a lot of meditation that, for example, Barry Goldstein uses heart codes in his music. And thank you. And so so if we had more time, I'd go ahead and play some. But again, if you tune in Sunday, 12:30, I'll be, I always start with a heart opening piece, such as that piece I was playing earlier, The Heart is Open, or something like that, a piece that will open our hearts and get us connected and heart coherent right away with the heart mudra. And so that kind of music is the heart opening piece. And then the other one that I play is Ultraviolet and by Remco Arends, for example. And so that has a lot of very heavenly sounding music, and it gets you quickly to the field, and it seems to get you to know thought really quickly, along with the Merkaba. And as well as just in meditation, like that kind of music is very, basically raises your vibration too. So if I were to play, I don't know if you were wanting a sample or not, but but again, Sunday would be better because that's the thing with StreamYard. You have to share to YouTube. But basically, so I also have singing bowls that, and there are different frequencies. And I noticed that the bowls I have, when I originally bought them, I didn't know they did this, but I have 3 of them. And when you take the average of all 3 of them, it's the same vibration as the heart frequency. So in other words, I think it's like F frequency, if I'm not mistaken. So where that resonance is with the heart is in that frequency. And so when I play all these 3 bowls together, it goes right to the heart. So they basically the bowls themselves go into coherence. So each one is kind of like binaural beats. That's how they work, is through harmonics. So to answer that question, so it's using harmonics. And so these old Tibetan singing bowls, they have like 8 different metals in them. And one of them is a lower in the register, and one is like third eye, and then one is the heart. And for some reason, all 3 of them, when and I tested it, and it was the heart frequency. So I thought that was, pretty amazing. So I find that frequency also depends what people need. Some people need the heart frequency. Is basically we all need the heart frequency. So let me be clear on that. And the heart and then the brain. So and the pineal gland specifically. So those are good to get coherent and working together. And that's what Dr. Joe is expert at. I mean, he talks about heart and brain coherence. But for example, someone else might need the root chakra. And so the root chakra may be having an issue. And so depending on the person, the individual, or what part of their body that needs help. And a lot of times it's trapped emotions in the body that cause the illness. In fact, I'm going to say almost all the time, it's trapped emotions in the body. And before that is the biofield. So the biofield is what's affected by the sound. So the sound kind of regulates the biofield, or what some people call the aura, and now they're calling biofield. So when the biofield is out of balance, you can use sound healing to effectuate and basically get the biofield back into, coherence.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, because it really can be really powerful, especially when you are trying to get into deeper states of meditation and consciousness and stuff. It can be very, very beneficial. So what we did last week, or we were doing each week, is sending out a love share to somebody. This week, I'm going to send it out to my kids because they've been amazing and they've made me laugh this week more times than I can count. So I love you guys. Benny.
Okay, I'm going to send out to my son, Justin, and all of you on the broadcast.
Yeah.
Listening, everyone listening as well.
And so, love share to everybody. And if you could finish the sentence, if I could wave a magic wand, what would it be?
Wow. Thinking a lot of things, but for me, it would be to come with a universal, which is how I came up with the Advanced Healing Center, kind of being able to universally share information with different countries in healing, practice of healing, secret knowledge that throughout the world. And in addition to what we do here with regular medicine, the holistic side too. And so that sharing of information so that everyone could benefit. So if there's a better treatment for a particular illness, that we could share it with them. So that would be my magic wand.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'll just say hello to Etine and Radhika. Thank you for joining the stream today. Hello. I know they said hi in the comments. Thank you so, so much, Benny. This has been a very wonderful conversation to have with you, and just hearing more about your experience and, of course, all the amazing things that you have to offer in this world. So everybody, check out the links below. Look for Benny's meditation every Sunday. And of course, again, our global meditation movement is coming up here on December 26th and 27th. And again, you can head on over to 1millionmeditators.com to register for the event and get more information. And we will post all of Benny's links below in the comments for the Advanced Healing Center and where you can find him. So thank you. It has been such an honor to have you here today. And if there's anything you want to leave us with, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Just in conclusion, I mean, at this point in our life, with what's going on, without mentioning anything about the pandemic, that I think it's an opportunity for us to work together. And so I'm just asking about something about recommendation for the solar plex, one of our people. Well, I'll have to tell you that afterwards at the end. So at this time in our life, I mean, I think we're being asked to come together as humanity, and we have an opportunity for group consciousness and awareness. And it's an opportunity that we can, it's this time in our life that a lot of people say it's been predicted that we can raise global consciousness and humanity perhaps can grow as one consciousness. And so they say, one heart, one mind, and one human consciousness. So that's one of my dreams, that in our lifetime, that's a possibility, even a possibility. So let's see. It's up to us now. So thank you very much for interviewing me, Tara, and namaste.
Yes, namaste. And thank you to everybody that joined us. Thank you for your time. And tune in next week. We'll be back with Ambassador Carrie from Australia. Thank you again, Benny. It has truly been such an honor. And if you're watching the replay below, please hashtag replay so we know you're here. And again, look for the links below and join us on our global movement on December 26th and 27th. Thank you. Love and light to everyone. See you next week.
Okay. Oh, one more for Victoria.
Oh, and Anita.
Anita more. Oh, of course, Anita Morrow.
Anita.
And Victoria. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye bye.